So what's up, you guys? I'm back with fame in the birth chart. This is right, yeah. Where a person can receive fame or become well known in their birth chart. Now, I know most times we look at Leo or the sun, where the sun is, where Leo is, because it's usually shining the light on our talents and our gifts, and people admire us for it. It's almost like that conscious fame. We consciously acquire it because, especially the people that's aware. Let's take a singer. Okay, a singer that sings and they sing good and they know that they can sing good. People told them all their life or whatever, and they go out and they strive to be a singer, and they have Leo in the ascendant, or the sun in the 10th house, or the sun in the 5th house, maybe 7th. Yeah, they're gonna be consciously aware of the people that admire them for their talent. Now, if you have the sun in the 12th house, here we go with dealing with Neptune, is what I'm gonna get to, is a lot of times the unconscious fame or unknown talent, or not trying to become famous behind something that you do with activities in that 12th house. That's how the person gets famous. But see, I want to sit the sun to the side for a second, because I'm going to be doing a lot of talks about the outer planets because they're very important. Okay. And I had someone to comment on one of my videos and said that they had like all of their retrograde planets in the outer planets, the bigger planets. Okay. That's a very strong person, powerful person. I'm pretty sure she's probably going to see this video, because I want to go talking more about that later on. But my point is this: the outer planets are very important, and then Neptune is one of the outer planets, okay? And it moves slow. But this is the thing. It's massive, and it's water. And the effect that water gives, there's the potential to gain something but not see that you're gaining it, okay? Or there's a potential to overlook something and not see that you're overlooking it. Or be really talented in an area that you didn't think, or you wouldn't have thought to look at, or you didn't even have interest in looking at. You had to go deeper within the water, deeper within yourself. Okay. So Neptune, the planet Neptune, which also rules Pisces. So you have a planet in Pisces, or Neptune in a certain house. A planet in Neptune in a certain house, or a planet in Pisces in a certain house. Being a Pisces in a certain house, or a planet in Neptune in a certain house. This is where you can receive fame, because it's about reaching the masses. Now, the sun, you can receive fame, but you can be famous amongst a group, okay, a certain group that you are affiliated with, a certain talent that you have, that you practice at, or you work at, or you're good at. But it could be quick fame, and last for a while, or it could fizzle out. Okay. The Neptune has the potential to spread, like deal with the masses of people. So you can see a Pisces, you can take a Pisces individual. And yes, the birth chart does matter, because the deeper we dig into the birth chart to see what limitations is placed on a person, and the drive and the willpower of the person, all that matters. But you can take a Pisces individual, and a Pisces can end up reaching people or becoming in the spotlight in some type of way, even if they don't want to be. They can constantly reach masses of people, even if they just want to be behind the scenes. And I feel like Pisces that don't reach masses of people, a lot of times they remain behind the scenes. That's where they're comfortable at. They don't, or they have not distinguished what their talent is in. Have you ever talked to a Pisces before and you asked them, oh, well, what are you interested in? And they really want to just know what you're interested in. Okay. And you ask them, okay, well, what is your hobby? And they don't really know. They just want to make your hobby their hobby. because they can be like the background force of the person that they're with or they're working with or they're dealing with. But if you see one that comes to the forefront, it's easy for them to reach the masses amount of people. Now, whether they reach those masses and stay relevant or not, that's a whole nother thing, but they have the potential to do so. So when we're looking at well-known people or fame too, we have to look at the 12th house. Having Jupiter or Sagittarius in the 12th house can show someone that can reach the masses of people if they decide to be a preacher, deal in the spiritual pursuits and practices, deal in imagination, like where they write fantasy books or they dress up, they do costumes, they tell stories, like storytelling. They are, they could be a well-known doctor, because if we're dealing with the 12th house, we're kind of dealing with those areas that are a little bit skirmish, like hospitals and emergency rooms and stuff like that. So they could be like a ER doctor or something that is well known, people go to or utilize. Well known. They can even do, like in the industry, the adult industry, they could be well known. Okay, if they decide to go towards that direction. But this sometimes they get this fame or they reach the masses unknowingly, though. That's the only trick to this. They unknowingly do it because they could just be doing the adult industry for extra money or in the privacy, in the background, in the dark. They don't want other people to know about it, but other people end up knowing about it anyway. Somebody shares a video, or they can have some talent, some natural gift or talent that they don't think is a natural gift or talent. They don't even pay attention to. They may not even be aware that they can do, because usually you would have to spend time alone to, and being able to go within yourself, to being able to explore yourself and being able to try what it is that's coming up for you to explore and try. And if you're not doing that, you're not able to become aware of your talents and gifts that you have. But a lot of people that's dealing with this house in certain placements, they can have a double Jupiter effect, and everything that Jupiter touches, it expands it. So definitely a Sagittarius placement in this house is like a double Jupiter in this house. Okay. Because you're dealing with expansion and the water spreading it. Okay. Yeah. This person, they're not aware a lot of times of them being famous, like them getting the notoriety or attention from what they do. And if they are consciously aware of what they're doing, they could be doing it, but they're not aware of the fact that it was going to become as big as it does. Okay. So, and this could be also Pisces in the 5th house as well, because if you are a person that can use your imagination or fantasy to get somewhere or to create something, it has a chance to be very big, as well as like you can date someone that's well known, or they become well known as well, or famous through these means as well. And on the ascendant, Pisces on the ascendant. Now, Neptune here, the planet Neptune on its own on the ascendant can cause this as well. Neptune is how people see you. Okay, and now if you have Neptune or Sagittarius, Neptune and Sagittarius, this is another way, something else that we see when it comes to fame, because you're dealing with a person that has like a really big persona, or they're motivator speaker, they're some type of teacher, influencer, leader. People see them as a leader of some sort, educator. They have like a higher understanding or vision of things, and they're willing to lead the way for others, or some type of talent they have. It activates when a person utilizes or taps into that talent. Okay. So you have to remember that, and it can come out of nowhere. This is not 100%, but you can see this. As well as someone with Pisces in the 7th house or Neptune, because this person can be intuitive, extremely intuitive, and they can be known for their intuitive capabilities. They can also be very imaginative, and they have, when you're dealing with the 7th house, you're dealing with other people. So they can sell their dreams or outlive their dreams. Like, other people can help them manifest them, or they'll write a book, or they'll make a movie, they'll write a script, and other people see it and want to back it or put it out to the public somehow. Okay. In the 11th house too, like if you have a Neptune placement in the 11th house or Neptune in the 11th house, you can also have this happen if you're a person that's wanting to work towards your dreams. If you want to live out your dreams, your dreams could be, keep in mind, you don't have to be at the forefront of this. You can create something and be at the background of it. Like, you could create a makeup kit. You know, we're dealing with Neptune here. Let's say we created a makeup kit, and or a fictional character or something dealing in fantasy or whatever. A comic book. You invented something that people can use. That thing become very popular, or you become known for that thing, and you may have other people demonstrate it, advertise it, so you know, whatever, but you can become well known. It can become well known. Okay, so there's different variations to this, and we can go deeper into it. You can share with each other, because you can list like where your Neptune, what sign it is, and where your Neptune is placed at, and you can correspond on where you've seen a lot of attention that's been shown to you because of that, you know. But like I said, this could, like, a lot of times you don't know that this is going to be what hits it big or what becomes well known. The book could have been just something that you decided, I'm going to do it, but it's not really what I want to do. And then it becomes well known or whatever. But Neptune, dealing with Neptune, Pisces, Neptune, I really want to say Neptune in 1st, 7th, 5th, 11th, 10th. It could be a little bit more harder, because remember, we're dealing with the public, but we're dealing with some of Saturn's limitations. So you can't just be, you would have to actually try to materialize something and make it make sense and plan well, and when dealing with the 10th house. But the 12th house as well is you dealing with hidden talents coming to surface and making itself known massively. Okay. Now, this is the thing. A lot of people will say having something placed in the 12th house makes it null and void, in a sense to where other people don't notice you for that. I get it, because what this 12th house is associated with, but I don't 100% go for it, because I feel like it's more about the person not even being aware of that talent or that gift or something that they can do and bring to the forefront. It's just, it sometimes happens unconsciously. So kind of taking control and being aware of what signs and what placements you have in the 12th house will help. Okay. But, you know, steering away from the 12th house and going back to the first, a person with strong Neptune placements in their first house can definitely reach the masses of people, and rather quickly too, you know. So this has been Fame, Neptune and Fame in the birth chart. I'm Butterfly to Light. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe, because I will be back.